Let's talk now more about what the future is for Illinois' Republican Party, given last week's election and the losses that there were, not just for the governor's race, but also all of the statewide constitutional offices given to Democrats, and also loss of seats in the Illinois House, with what seems to be a fight brewing on who's going to lead the House Republican caucus. But what about just in general? How should Republicans move forward in a state like Illinois that is dominated by the Democratic Party of Illinois? Everything from being able to draw the maps that benefit them to really driving out the early vote and mail-in balloting and more. So what's the future of the Republican Party? I figured I would talk with somebody who is seemingly new to Illinois politics. He ran as one of the 6 candidates in the June primary for the Republican nomination for governor, and he is going to be able to provide, I think, a unique kind of outsider perspective, so to speak. Somebody who's not part of that establishment Republican Party we've seen. So let's talk now with Max Solomon. Max, thanks for taking time with us. And I guess from that kind of outside looking in perspective, you jumped into the ring for the Republican nomination, did not succeed there. But reflect on that, where we're at now, especially after last week's election. What do you see as the future for the Republican Party in the state of Illinois?
Thank you, Greg. Good morning to you and your listeners. First I want to just congratulate all those that ran. Senator Bailey ran a very great campaign. He was a noble man through and through. Appreciate his effort for our party. May God bless him, and I look forward to whatever the future holds for him. And I want to congratulate everyone else that ran, state representatives, senators, statewide constitutional offices. I don't think it was such a bad loss, to be honest with you. In a state, like you said, in a state like Illinois, which is ran by Democrats, you would expect that Republicans, especially the governor race, would have been something like 60-40 or 70-30. But no, that's not what we had. We have 50 to 44. It was 400,000 vote differential from for now as compared to when Rauner lost. So I still believe in the Republican Party. I think we're going to do better. But here's what we need to do, Greg. We need to stop being afraid to engage the voters, especially in Cook County, Chicago, Illinois. We need to run candidates. We need to stop this habit that we have of not running candidates or not having candidates on the ballot during the petition period. And then once the petition period closes, we hurry up and nominate people within the party to run for offices and then just put their names on the ballot. That's not going to work. That's not how we get our names out. That's not how we get our party out. That's not how we get our issues out. We allow the Democrats to define us. We need to start defining ourselves. We allow the Democrats to pin us to a corner by calling us the bad guy on all issues. We need to step up and defend our values. We need to step up and defend our faith, proudly defend our faith and values, and let the people of Illinois know that there's an alternative. And I believe there was a lot of Republican Party voters that sat at home. They didn't want to vote because they were not motivated. We need to provide a fresh motivation. Finally, we need new leadership. I'm not going to knock any leader or any specific person, but we need to come together. We need to regroup, and we need to begin to plan for the next cycle now, Greg.
We're talking with Max Solomon. He was one of the 6 that were vying for the Republican nomination for governor. And interesting to see here, again, some of the things you're talking about with the difference between the election 4 years ago and the election Tuesday. It looks like Bailey did make a lot more headway than the former Republican governor, Bruce Rauner. I mean, the outcome there was 54.5% for Pritzker and only 38.5% 7.8% for Rauner. The third-party candidate there getting about 6.6%, again, 4 years ago. Bailey got 43.3% to Pritzker's 54%. So, yeah, Bailey actually did better than Rauner did 4 years ago. But, Max, ultimately, when it comes down to it, the other margins were rather large, especially in the Chicago and Cook County area for state house seats, and the Illinois House losing those seats. Why do you think that is, and how do we see that change in the future with whatever new Republican Party you say needs to be kind of reorganized here?
Why do I think that is? Was that your question? I lost you there for a second.
Yeah. Why do you think Bailey made such ground? And is that enough, considering the outcomes we saw, especially with wide margins in the Cook County area?
Right. Look, Greg, it's no secret. The Republican Party is dead in Cook County. And we need the Republican Party to stop being afraid. And that was one of the things that got me fired up in the race. I live in Cook County. I knock on doors. I meet neighbors. Everybody thinks the Republican Party is non-existent in Cook County, and that's because we don't show up. We don't have candidates. We've allowed Democrats and their candidates to run unopposed for a long time. You pick up or you get a typical ballot in Cook County, you're going to find Republican Party missing in most of these offices. We need to stop that. We need to identify all the state houses and Senate in Cook County and make sure there is a candidate on the Republican Party side to run for it. It may not happen in one cycle. It may not happen in two cycles, but we need to get Cook County residents used to seeing Republicans. Right now, Republicans are like the devil in Cook County. They like the bad guys. Oh, wow, you mentioned the name of Republicans. You almost instantly hate it in Cook County. We need to stop being afraid of that. We need to engage our communities. We need to engage all residents and voters in Cook County. And until we do that, I mean, look at it. Any candidate that wins Cook County probably most likely will win any offices statewide. And it's been that way for a long time. And that's why we need to get together and come back and focus, or at least engage Cook County heavily. We cannot be afraid anymore. And we need to start now.
Max, what's going to be your role? How much are you looking to get involved in Republican Party politics outside of elections?
It is my intention to stay involved. It is a passion that I have, not only as the party that actually supports my values and faith, but also as a party that has the good issues, positions for the voters. We just have to let the voters know. So for me, I was just recently elected as the Bremen Township Committeeman for the Republican Party. I intend to use that position to advocate for our positions on all issues and not be afraid to speak on these issues. It's okay to be pro-life. It's okay to be a Christian. It's okay to be anti-violence, anti-crime in Illinois. It's okay to advocate for all these issues that the Republican Party believes in, but nobody is talking. I intend to stay engaged. I intend to take all these issues up wherever I am invited to do so. And I intend to personally help other candidates identify offices that they may want to run for and encourage them to run and actually help them get on the ballot. I'm also an attorney and I practice election law. And ballot access is another issue in Illinois, especially in Cook County. That's a passion of mine. So I intend to use all that to help the party and make sure that we advocate for our issues. And I bet you, once we're able to get our issues out and our positions on the issues, there are actually a lot of conservatives in Cook County. They're just looking for that leadership, and they're just looking for that bold leadership to step up. And that's what I'm going to be interested in doing.
Max Solomon, I anticipate we'll likely talk again about this and other issues moving forward. Greatly appreciate you taking the time with us this morning.
Nah, thank you.
It is Springfield's Morning News on 92.7 WMAY. Springfield